Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I am Hasnan Ali from Chandbagh School, grade 12 and 13, chemistry teacher. Today, students, our topic of discussion is enthalpy of solution. So, what is enthalpy of solution? It has a definition that comes within the paper and it constitutes of about 2 marks within the paper. So, the enthalpy change of solution, that is delta H theta solution, is the enthalpy change when 1 mole of an ionic substance dissolves in water to give a solution of infinite dilution at standard conditions. So here you can see the definition of the enthalpy of solution. You have to learn it by heart to attain 2 marks within the paper. Here the key words that are related to enthalpy of solution is that it is the energy change that takes place when 1 mole of an ionic substance is dissolved in water to form an infinitely dilute solution. Here the infinite dilution, I would be explaining this key term in the further slide. And you have to remember that you have to write the standard conditions part also within the definition, as we know from AS level that the standard conditions for A levels is room temperature and pressure. The symbol for the enthalpy of solution is delta H theta solution and its unit is kilojoule per mole. The key points relevant to enthalpy of solution are: enthalpy of solution may be either positive or negative. In other words, some ionic substances dissolve endothermically, for example NaCl, others dissolve exothermically, for example sodium hydroxide. So you have to remember that enthalpy of solution can be positive or negative. It is also asked within the paper because the enthalpy of solution might be endothermic process or an exothermic process depending upon the species which is to be dissolved within the water. So the key term that was in the definition was in an infinitely dilute solution. So what is meant by an infinitely dilute solution? An infinitely dilute solution is the one where there is a sufficient large excess of water that adding any more doesn't cause any further heat to be absorbed or evolved. So students, what it means is that when you dissolve 1 mole of an ionic substance within water, the energy change has already taken place. On further diluting the solution, there should not be any further energy change that should be taking place. So we have to take the water in excess so as to get the required amount of energy change within the process. This was the basic definition or basic explanation of the infinitely dilute solution in the definition part of enthalpy of solution. So enthalpy of solution or the dissolution process that is related to enthalpy of solution. The enthalpy of solution can be regarded as sum of the enthalpy changes of 3 intermediate steps. So there are 3 intermediate steps that are involved within the dissolution of the ionic substance. The first one is the breaking of bonds within the solute, which such as the electrostatic attraction between the 2 ions. For example, if I am taking sodium chloride. So first of all, what we have to do, we have to break the electrostatic forces of attraction between the sodium positive ion and the chloride negative ion so as to dissolve it within the water. In the second process, the breaking of intermolecular attractive forces within the solvent such as hydrogen bonds. This is also an endothermic process. So in the second process, what is happening that the solvent that is dissolving the ionic substance, within the solvent molecule there are present hydrogen bonding. In the case of water, the forces of attraction that are present are hydrogen bonding. We have to break those bonds also so as to make the water molecules free to interact with the positive and negative ions of the solute, that is our ionic substance. And lastly, what happens is that this is the main process of the dissolution, the formation of new attractive solute solvent bonds in the solution. This is an exothermic process. Actually what is happening that is the water molecules are forming ion dipole forces of attraction with the ions. With the help of the dipoles of the water that is present within the water molecule, as you can see from the diagram here. Here in the case of chloride negative ion, the water is surrounding the chloride negative ion with the help of its hydrogen sides, which are positively charged, partially positively charged, and these dipoles are interacting with the chloride negative ion so as to formulate the ion dipole forces of attraction. Here the dipole is coming from the water, while the ion part is the negative charge on the chloride ion which is interacting with the water molecule. Similarly, in the case of sodium positive ion, the water is surrounding it by the oxygen side, and there is present partial negative charge on the oxygen sides of the water, while these partial negative charges are interacting with the sodium positive ion so as to formulate ion dipole forces of attraction. This is how the dissolution process takes place, and the energy is released within the process, which is known as enthalpy of solution. So a key point and note that is relevant to enthalpy of solution is that if more energy is released in making bonds than is used in breaking bonds, the overall process is exothermic. So we know by the previous three-step process that we have to break two types of bonds and form one type of new bond. So if it is happening like that, if the bonds that are broken, they're having high energy as comparative to the bonds that are formed, then the delta H solution would be positive. And if the bond formation process is giving more energy as comparative to bond breaking process, then delta H comes out to be negative. This is the whole point regarding this point. If I would be again reading this point, if more energy is released in making bonds than is used in breaking bond, the overall process is exothermic and delta H solution is negative. If more energy is used in breaking bonds than is released upon solute solvent bond formation, then the overall process is endothermic, that is delta H solution is positive. For the sake of example, I am giving you that what is happening in the case of sodium chloride. What is happening is this, that the sodium positive and chloride negative ions interactions are broken, then the water molecules hydrogen bondings are broken. These are both endothermic processes. High amount of energy is required for these processes. So with the help of the bond formations between the water molecules and the ions, the ion dipole forces are not able to give that much amount of energy so as to accommodate for the endothermic processes of bond breaking. So that is why the delta H solution for the NaCl is positive, slightly positive. Similarly, vice versa for sodium hydroxide. Here are the examples related to the delta H solution of different substances. Here ammonium nitrate is dissolved in water. Delta H solution is coming out to be positive 25.7 kilojoule per mole, while in the case of calcium chloride, when it is dissolved in water, delta H solution is coming out to be minus 82.8 kilojoule per mole. These both are examples showing that the delta H solution can be positive or negative, or it can be endothermic or exothermic depending upon the ionic substance that is to be dissolved. Either it is ammonium nitrate or calcium chloride. Students, hopefully you have found this video useful. Take care of yourself. Allah Hafiz.